Good morning, everybody. Good day, depending what time you're listening to this. I'm Kyle Newell, your host of Unlocking Your Inner Strength, episode 321, Emma and testosterone. What does Emma have to do with testosterone? Quite a lot. And the reason this is a timely episode is because we are having our first testosterone seminar in about a year. This is something I like to do once or twice a year now for men because I have a lot of men that reach out to me privately that want to get started on testosterone therapy that have no idea where to begin. To be honest with you, most doctors are completely clueless when it comes to this topic. They're not trained in this, just as they are not trained in nutrition. So let me tell you a little story. I began using testosterone back in 2010. Up until that point, I was competing as a natural bodybuilder. I'd done 5 bodybuilding shows, which is incredibly hard to do when you're natural, to hold on to muscle, to get ripped, while your testosterone levels plummet because you're just basically starving yourself and overtraining. Can't sleep because you're wired because of what you're doing with your body. Sleep is a huge component with testosterone. But I remember the first injection I did. Nobody taught me how to do it. I did my own research. Didn't realize you had to aspirate or get all the air out of the syringe. So I injected some testosterone plus about 2 mLs of air. Did some research. Was like, oh man, I messed that up. I thought, me and Devin were dating at the time. I thought that I was going to, give myself a clot or an aneurysm. So I remember at the time I was still teaching. I called our school nurse. I'm like, Nancy, what do I do? What do I do if this air pocket, this air bubble hits my brain? She said, you'll be fine. She said, just sleep at Devin's. Have her keep an eye on you. You'll be all right. So started out with the scare, right? Now, the reason I began at that time, after competing so many times as a natural bodybuilder, had my testosterone levels checked by Dr. Patel. I was down in the upper 200 range. And to give you an idea, guys, normal testosterone levels, if you're looking at total testosterone, is between, depending on what lab you're looking at, let's say between 200 and 1200, which is 2 different universes. They'll tell you that you're normal if you fall within that range, but you might be 250, 300. That is not normal. You want to be upper limit normal. Anyhow, throughout the years, I've become an expert in testosterone therapy. One, because of my bodybuilding background, my bodybuilding buddies, and over a decade of direct experience and knowledge. I've pretty much seen everything there is to do with this. I've experienced pretty much everything with it. Counseled many, many men. A lot of doctors that I know, if they do prescribe the patient that I referred to them testosterone, will send them to me to show them how to do the injections and all that good stuff. A lot of my buddies in the fitness industry, gym industry, have sought me out as counsel and a second opinion compared to what your doctor has said. So this is not something that's just a hobby of mine, right? I'm very passionate about it, and I can tell you the benefits of it. One of the main things, okay, and this is stuff I'm going to go into much more depth in at our testosterone seminar this Thursday night, 8 p.m. in Hillsborough. I'll post a link below where you can register for a free seat. Spots are limited to 20 seats, and I believe half of them are already gone. You have more testosterone receptors on your brain than anywhere else in your body. So testosterone is going to just make you feel better. That is hard for most people to get their head around, as far as, pun intended. But it's not about getting jacked. It's not about shredding body fat. Because if you're using a therapeutic dose, you're not using high enough of a dose to have these effects, super physiological effects. Every medication is about dose and duration. And I don't think I have time in this episode to go into the implications for sport and performance enhancement. But let me tell you this, I'm a huge proponent of professional athletes using testosterone, using performance enhancers, because I'll tell you what, 95% of them are using anyhow. So don't be fooled by that. Those people are supposed to perform at the highest levels. Who wants to see Usain Bolt run a 10.5 100 or 10-second 100? No, I want to see him run a 9.5. And testosterone is by far the safest drug there is. And that's something in the seminar I go into more depth about, because a lot of people have fear, right? A lot of you men out there, and if you're a woman listening to this, your man might benefit from getting on testosterone. And you yourself, right, we're going to be doing a women's testosterone seminar this fall, because women greatly benefit from being on testosterone, although at much lower doses. Again, this is something that most doctors are not even getting a sniff, but there are doctors out there that are listening, and they're prescribing, because as women age, this makes a huge impact when they start supplementing with testosterone at very low doses as far as their mental outlook and their energy. Okay, so coming back to Emma and testosterone. So I've learned a lot of tricks of the trade. At that time, the only time I recommend people come off once they begin is if they want to get their wife pregnant. So testosterone acts as a male birth control. You can get something called azoospermia, and it's not a bad thing, but the feedback loop, your body will most likely stop producing sperm once you're using for a while. It doesn't have to produce anymore, right, because of the feedback loop. Excuse me. So endogenous or internal testosterone production goes down as we're supplementing with it. Actually, one of my best friends way back in 2011, when they were trying to get pregnant with their first child, they were having trouble. And he tells me about it. And I said, well, are you still using test? So I got him going on that. He goes, yeah. And he was going through the doctor, getting prescribed. I said, well, you got to come off if you want to get pregnant. What do you mean? Because my doctor didn't tell me that. Again, most doctors aren't well versed in this. So came off, voila, they were able to get pregnant a month or two later. Anyhow, with Emma, we had Brax and Colton already. We opened our second gym in Flemington, and we're spending a lot of time trying to get that launched. Right? It takes a tremendous amount of energy to start something from scratch. And I was off because Devin wanted to get pregnant. So we were going for a walk, I remember, right up here on the street. And she says, you know what? Just go back on the test. We'll revisit this, because Devin had a miscarriage about a month prior. We'll revisit this in a couple months, but you need the energy, because she knows how much better I perform when I'm on testosterone. You need the energy to get this thing going. Okay. So consult with some of my buddies from the strength world. There's post-cycle therapy I recommend. Start researching it, talking with them. I said, you know what? I'm going to run that post-cycle therapy, right, to kickstart my own system, while I am also supplementing with a very, very small dose of testosterone. Did that, and guess what? Devin got pregnant with Emma. So now I know if she wants to get pregnant with number 4, I don't have to come off test. I can run my post-cycle at the same time, just cutting the dose down. Now, what that post-cycle therapy is something called HCG, and I use something called Clomid as well. I'll go over that in more depth at the seminar. I'm not going to go over the protocol here. That's proprietary information. Just kidding, it's not, but it is. Most people don't know what it is. And there's certain ways you have to do things, certain things you want to look for. How often should you be doing things like donating blood when you're using testosterone? That should be done 3 times a year, quarterly, to thin the blood out. Hematocrit, red blood cell production, is going to go up as you use testosterone, which is why your endurance will go up. Not a bad thing, but we want to make sure that the blood isn't getting too thick. I'm a firm believer, as somebody said at my last testosterone seminar, that had already been got him using testosterone therapy for about a year at that point. And he raised his hand and said, you know what? Life is now in high def. That was the way he put it when he started beginning to use testosterone. It's a game changer. I get it if you're scared to begin. There's so many myths and misconceptions about testosterone usage. So many people don't even know where to get started with it, but it is a game changer. And if you would like to sign up for a free ticket for this Thursday's testosterone seminar, and you can also watch it online, I believe it'll be on my Facebook Live. Evan will have it going there. Just look it up, Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Always better to be there in person, though. I'll put the link below. But know that it starts with getting blood work. Okay, you want to look at total testosterone, free testosterone. There's other blood markers. I don't like to complicate it too much, but those are the things you want to be looking at. Something called sex hormone binding globulin. It's not as complex as it sounds, but you do need a guide as you go down this path. And it's something I've helped, at this point, a couple hundred men begin. And I like to think that it really impacted the quality of their life. So that's just a little teaser into testosterone therapy. Check out the link below to register for a free ticket. Spread the word. Drop any questions below. I'm very happy to answer them in the comments section. You guys have a great day. And I have a special announcement as far as fasting goes later today. And it has to do with Indigo Panda. I will catch you guys later. Get the day off to a great start. Thanks for the support.